In 2022, the good folks at the Embrace the Grain podcast have been hosting a Film of the Month challenge over on their Facebook page. Well, for April, they decided to try something a little different. Instead of picking a particular film stock for all the participants to shoot, they went for a particular focal length instead. For the month of April, everybody shot a 135mm lens. Didn't matter what brand, Canon, Nikon, Olympus, Minolta, you could even shoot digital if you wanted to, you just had to shoot a 135mm lens. And as luck would have it, I actually found a 135mm lens for a Nikon mount. It's actually Sigma brand that I decided to pair with my Nikon EM, a simple aperture priority camera from 1979. Now, since we could use any film stock we wanted, I went with something cheap, Kentmere 400. There was no theme specified for the challenge, so just to make it harder on myself, I decided to shoot the whole roll on one street, Route 23, which is also known as High Street, on the stretch that runs through Columbus. I developed the roll with Kodak HC110 Dilution B and then scanned the images with my Epson V550 using Epson Scan 2 software. Stick around after the images and I'll share with you the one thing I liked about shooting this 135 lens. So this challenge was challenging, and it wasn't my self-imposed instruction of only shooting on one street. Route 23 runs for miles and miles, and there's plenty of stuff to photograph along the way. It wasn't the manual focus either. I'm used to that with my Pentax 6.7, and I don't have a problem shooting only one lens all day long. I actually prefer that to fumbling around with a bunch of different lenses. The problem was the focal length. My favorite lens is the Canon EOS 40mm f2.8 pancake lens, and I'm used to seeing the world and framing my shots through that lens. This 135, it's a telephoto lens. It gives you a drastically different perspective. Everything is a lot more zoomed in, really tight, and it took me a lot of getting used to. It's kind of trendy these days to say that gear doesn't matter, and I get that the photographer's eye and experience matter more, but gear definitely factors in. You can't help but see the world differently looking through a 135 versus a 40 or 50. Longer lenses like a 135 are going to compress the elements in your image more too. Now, a lot of the places I like to photograph have no trespassing signs posted, and the one thing I liked about this lens is that it is so zoomed in. I was able to capture these places from the road, so I wasn't tempted to traipse around properties where I really shouldn't be messing around. I'm not one of the paparazzi. I don't photograph a lot of birds or wildlife, so I don't see this lens replacing my 40mm pancake lens as my go-to walk-around lens anytime soon. But this lens definitely shook things up and pushed me out of my comfort zone, and sometimes that's a good thing. It's how we grow. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you want to catch more film photography videos like this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Liking and subscribing are two great free ways to support the channel, and they both help YouTube share these videos with more fellow film photographers. So until next time, do some good, have some fun, and shoot some film!